Hi all my wonderful TM joiners, I'm Priya Mistry, the TMJ Doc, and today I'm going to talk to you about your lifestyle and how it can affect TMJD. That being said, for those of you who are looking for more information on TMJ disorders for yourself or for a loved one, then this is the YouTube channel for you. Be sure to hit that subscribe button as I post a new informational video every Friday for people who are suffering from TMJ disorders or for people who are just looking for more information. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a general dentist with a practice in Vancouver, Washington, where we are dedicated to taking care of patients with TMJ disorders. So let's get right into it. I'm going to list off the different aspects of lifestyle that can affect TMJD, and then I'll circle back around and go over each one in detail. So the 4 aspects I'm going to be talking about today are diet, sleep, posture, and habits. Let's talk more about diet. During a TMJD flare-up and increased pain levels, it's really important to avoid foods that are sticky or difficult to chew. Bagels, beef jerky, steak, raw carrots, raw apples, and really anything else that you can think of that is tough or hard to chew. Avoiding these foods will help to take strain off the chewing muscles as well as the jaw joints. Additionally, it is important to keep in mind that a nutritious diet is always essential to good healing. So while I'm telling you or asking you to cut certain foods out of your diet temporarily, it's also important to get all the nutrients that you need. If the body is getting all the essential nutrients, then the healing process occurs much more quickly. Taking a daily multivitamin can be super helpful if you've limited your diet in any way. We love the Ultra High multivitamin that we carry in our office. This is sourced from a local company that uses the highest quality ingredients, and my patients utilize it frequently. I've linked it in the description box below. Next, let's talk about sleep. In this day and age, many of us have poor sleep. This may be due to poor sleep hygiene or due to sleep disordered breathing, SDB, or some combination of both. So what exactly is sleep hygiene? What is sleep disordered breathing? Let's define those first before we move forward. Good sleep hygiene is all about having a good sleep environment and a daily bedtime routine that supports continuous, uninterrupted sleep. Sleep disordered breathing, or SDB, according to Medscape is, and I quote, SDB represents a group of physiopathologic conditions that are characterized by abnormal respiratory pattern during sleep. In plain old English, sleep disordered breathing, which includes obstructive sleep apnea and upper airway resistance syndrome, results in the body not getting enough oxygen while we're sleeping, which then disrupts sleep substantially. Many of us sleep at a late hour and we try to fall asleep immediately after being glued to our TVs, our phones, our tablets, anything electronic. Pair that with sleep disordered breathing, SDB, and that leads to pretty poor quality sleep. Many of these factors are at least somewhat in our control, and it's really important to get good, restful sleep to heal from any ailment, including TMJD. If you suspect that you may not be getting good sleep and you're not exactly sure why, a good first step is to try to schedule a sleep study to diagnose any sleep disordered breathing, which again includes upper airway resistance syndrome or obstructive sleep apnea. If diagnosed, the next step is to come up with a good plan with your sleep doctor to ensure that you're getting enough oxygen. This can include getting a CPAP machine or getting fitted for an oral appliance that actually holds the jaw forward and therefore opens up the airway, allowing us to get more oxygen. Next, it's vital to take a look at your sleep hygiene and see where alterations may be needed. Turn off all screens an hour and a half to 2 hours before going to bed each night. Avoid caffeine at the end of the day. Keep the lights dim towards the end of the day, and try to go to bed at the same time each night. All of these changes will help result in more restful sleep, and that will help healing progress at a faster rate. Now let's talk about posture. Let's start by defining good posture. In short, Good posture is when the ears, the shoulders, and the hips are all in line with each other when walking, standing, or sitting. Many of us sit in front of the computers all day long, and because of this, we've developed a sort of forward head posture. Some of us already have this forward head posture due to airway issues. Holding the head forward actually opens up the airway, and many of us do this subconsciously because it helps us to breathe better while we're awake. Every inch that the head is held forward from ideal puts an additional 10 pounds of pressure and strain on the cervical spine and the muscles of the neck. Since the neck and the jaw are intimately related, this will then negatively affect the jaw and can cause flares in TMJD. Poor posture when standing is also an issue. Many of us stand, again, with our head forward or with our hips forward or back. Standing up straight and having proper alignment can be very helpful, but many of us cannot do this at all because of an imbalance in the spine, the shoulders, the hips, or the feet. This is where physical therapy can become really helpful because it can help balance the body, which can then have a positive impact on the TMJ disorder. Let's move on to habits. Habits that are detrimental to the muscles of the head, neck, and jaw and to the jaw joints include, but are not limited to, gum chewing, chewing on a pen or a pencil, nail biting, using your teeth for anything other than chewing, like to open things or to pull staples out. I've even heard of a patient doing that. Resting your hand or fist against your jaw. Many of us do this subconsciously throughout the day. Chewing on ice, too much caffeine, and not enough hydration. The good news here is that many of these habits are under your control, my friends. So try to break these habits or at least decrease them significantly. If you need to, you can even seek help to do this. Some of these habits, like nail biting or chewing on ice, can be linked to anxiety or a mineral deficiency. So sometimes some outside help is needed to break those habits. But breaking these habits will definitely take the strain off of your jaw joints as well as the muscles of your head, neck, and jaw. So that's really it, my friends. If you like what you heard or you learned something new, click like below and subscribe to my channel. Do all the things. As always, questions or comments are welcome. I'd love to hear about you, what you learned in this video, or some habits that you have that you may not have even realized have been impacting your TMJD. And remember, my friends, you can never have TMI about TMJ. Thank you.